I mean, if he wins 3 championships in a row in the NFL, in a league that is designed more so than any of these other sports leagues to have parity, if he wins 3 in a row, given all of the different iterations of the Kansas City Chiefs that we've seen, then he's the damn GOAT.
The Kansas City Chiefs have won back-to-back Super Bowls, and this offseason, they added even more talent through the draft and in free agency. And I don't know if it's because of all the winning they've done that people haven't really been talking about them, or what it is, because this offseason, they got even better, and there are a few players that I think are emerging stars. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have so many weapons to throw to this season compared to last year, and it's going to be fun to watch. In this video, I'm going to be talking about everything that's been going on with the Chiefs as of late, what under-the-radar players I expect to have a big season, and I'm also going to break down some of the best plays from last season as well. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 30k subscribers and are so close to getting there. Thank you all so much for all your love and support. Alright, so starting off, the first player I want to talk about is newly drafted Xavier Worthy. They traded up to land him in the first round of the draft, and Worthy ran the fastest 40-yard dash in NFL Combine history. So you already knew the speculation was going to build right away that he was going to try to take over that role that Tyreek Hill had before he left for Miami. And while obviously he's not as talented of a receiver as Hill was yet, the speed alone is always going to be in the back of opposing defenses' heads, which will create so much opportunity for those short plays over the top for not only him, but other position players around him. Travis Kelce recently spoke about the addition of Worthy and what he can bring to the team. He said, "It's unbelievable that Brett Veach finds a way to bring in not only guys that have talent, that have unbelievable skill sets, but are good people." Just being able to get to know them over this offseason, it's just been cool that Hollywood and X are they're down to earth, humble guys, and they love coming to work, and they love football. Although analysts project him to miss the starting lineup, claiming Worthy to be an eventual regular starter, the California native proved himself a clear playmaker and key prospect across his 3 seasons at Texas. His final year as a Longhorn showcased his progress like no other, as Worthy led the team with 75 receptions, over 1,000 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. He ended his career with a total of 39 starts and 26 touchdown receptions, the 3rd most in Texas football history. Head coach Steve Sarkisian has continually praised Worthy's ability to buy into the team culture and the positivity he brought into the locker room, both traits that could make the 21-year-old a perfect fit among Kelce and the Chiefs. So I guess that now leads me to Hollywood Brown, another new receiver that should add an exciting dynamic to the receiving room. And his contract could prove to be of incredible value. One thing Mahomes and the Chiefs definitely want more of in 2024 is big plays, and Brown definitely has the ability to make those. And I can't wait to see what he becomes as one of the top receivers on the depth chart. He will see a lot of action and balls thrown to him by the best QB in the league. I think we've done a great job of mastering the intermediate and short stuff, but we want to get back to having that part of the offense as well, Mahomes said. Andy Reid is really pushing us to push it down the field. It's hard to do against our defense, but we're trying to make it happen. Mahomes was the NFL's MVP in his first season as a starter in 2018, throwing 50 touchdown passes and for more than 5,000 yards with many deep throws mixed in. But last year, as the Chiefs wide receivers were largely a disappointment, his throws on average were the shortest of his career at 7 yards. On more than half of Mahomes' passes, the intended receiver was less than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. His throws averaged just more than 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. As a result, just 13% of his completed passes went for 20 yards or more, the lowest percentage of his career by far. That's why Brown and Worthy were 2 of the Chiefs' biggest offseason priorities. Brown was once timed at 4.27 in the 40-yard dash, and Worthy set a scouting combine record this year by running 4.21. Here's what the media has to say about Worthy.
But man, Xavier Worthy, he can run just like him straight away. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, he's a little different, maybe not quite as physical, but what you heard with Andy Reid, and I think what everybody liked about Xavier Worthy, is usually when you see guys like that, you just go, are they tough? Are they going to be physical, right? You know, do they turn down, oh, I could have put my shoulder down to get the first down, but I just went down because I'm a little small and I don't want to take that hit. Xavier Worthy, you will see none of that.
Both of those two can run well, and I think both love to play the game and are good football players. So I think that'll help us, Reid said. It doesn't hurt to have downfield speed. We functioned without the greatest speed down the field and done well, but if you have an opportunity to get somebody that you think is a good player, just not a speed guy, but a good football player, I think you probably need to take advantage of that. The Chiefs have had fast receivers since Mahomes became their starter. Tyreek Hill ran a 4.24 40-yard dash when he was coming out of the draft. McCole Hardman, MVS, Sammy Watkins, and Justin Watson aren't in Hill's category, but fast nonetheless. Brown averaged 12.3 yards downfield every time he was throwing the ball last season when he played for the Arizona Cardinals. He averaged 11.8 yards in his career and has never been below 10.7 yards in a season. I've seen it the entire offseason from working in Texas to hear Mahomes said before the Chiefs ended offseason practice. He tracks the ball down the field well, and he really can go. I'm giving him chances downfield, and he's making the plays happen. The more plays he makes, the more we'll continue to give him those chances. Worthy didn't practice much after being drafted by the Chiefs because of a sore hamstring, but the Chiefs expect him to be back for the start of training camp. Even without him, Mahomes still hit a good share of deep throws. He spread the ball between Brown, Watson, Rashee Rice, and others. Alright, so now looking at some of the plays the Chiefs ran last year that are just unstoppable, I think this one pretty much describes the phrase Mahomes magic on its own. Initially, it just looks like a normal passing play, but as soon as the pressure gets to Mahomes, he just finds a way to avoid it while still looking for guys to get open. And once he sees it's not there, he takes off. And he's not fast, he doesn't make quick herky-jerky moves, but what he does just works, and nobody can figure out how to stop it or even contain it. Next up, here is another play with Mahomes using his legs, and the more I look at it, I think the reason he is so successful on the ground is because of that threat for him to let it loose right when he crosses the line. As you can see here, the defense is hesitant to go at him when he takes off at first, which gives him an easy big gain. Now to get to some of the actual throws, here is some play action. Mahomes rolls right, like I've been saying, he can take off, but instead, he makes a perfect throw, leading his guy to the end zone for an easy touchdown. Next, here is some more play action. I know this play isn't anything crazy, but even at his age, Travis Kelce just has an insane ability to get wide open. Like, there was no one around him at all in this one, so it's an easy completion, and he is able to get a full head of steam to nearly get in the end zone. Andy Reid is just so creative and knows how to get his guys open consistently on a game-to-game basis. I truly do believe that we are about to see one of the most dangerous Chiefs teams of the last few years, which says a lot considering they are back-to-back champs. They just have built a winning identity in the locker room, and it has spread fast to every single player on the roster. Looking at the schedule the Chiefs will play in 2024, they start off the season with a big game against the Ravens at home. There's going to be a lot of anticipation for this one, and I think they will be ready. But even if they lose, it's not really a big deal, and nobody will overreact because the Chiefs have proven that they know how to get going late in a season. But having to go through their own division, and then the AFC North, gives them a very tough slate. So I personally see them as an 11 to 12 win team. But again, all that matters for them is just making the playoffs, and nobody in front of them record-wise will want to match up with them on the big stage. That's really all I have for this one. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe because your support truly means the world. Also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.